Hey friend, it's Brian here. Look, we're gonna get into this Daryl Ong Voice to Men medley. It's pretty long, so we're gonna get straight into it. But if you aren't my friend already, hit the subscribe button. Let's be friends, and let's go ahead and let's get into this Daryl Ong Voice to Men melody medley. Although we come to the end of the road, still I can't let. How you did all this? It's unnatural. You belong to me. I belong to you. First sounds good. We belong together. Sing there on the couch. Why do you play with my heart? Why do you play with my mind? Okay. You're saving me forever, girl. Said it never died. Okay, Daryl. Daryl on the couch. Because they all Daryl. Okay. Leave me and never say goodbye. When I can't sleep at night without holding you tight. Girl, each time I try, I just break down and cry. Ooh. That's Daryl in the chair. It's singing. He's doing all of the harmonies too, like not the harmonies, but he's doing all of the vocal tones. Yo, this is a long video, so I have to pause it every now and then. I'm gonna forget some things. But when he does that in his voice, it sounds like an artist who was on American Idol who's from Louisiana. His name is Joshua Ledette. And it's also very much of a gospel thing that he does when he goes in his higher part of his register. Like that, I can't do it. It's not something that I do. But you know that he just did that. Anyway, yeah. And the background is really really good. He's doing all of the different vocal tones, like the bass and the high parts. He's making the same atmospheric. He's doing the same thing the Voice Man does as a group by himself, or with all the different Daryls. I'm gonna name them. What song is this? I'll make love to you. They're on the balcony is singing. Sing. We're gonna celebrate all through the night. Light the fire, girl. Your wish is my command. I submit to your demands. I will do anything, girl. You need only I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. I'll make love when you want me to, and I will not let go till you tell me. You gotta hear that bass? It's so smooth. That bass is so smooth. That Josh like that gospel influence. Who is there? Was that Daryl in the corner? That's so classic. Nice. Nice. Oh, that was high. Bend the knee.
Darling, I can't explain. Where did we lose our way? Girl, it's driving me insane.
Ah, that was nice
And I
chance.
know I just need one more chance to prove my love to you. If you come back to me,
Ooh.
I'll guarantee
That sounded so much like the song right there. Hold on. The way he's singing the chorus right now is so reminiscent of the way Boyz II Men, how they did their harmony, how they did layer their voices. Incredible. It's really incredible.
Can you tell me how perfect love goes?
Incredible.
Somebody tell me how to get things back the way they used to be. Oh God, give me peace. I need a reason. I'm gonna swallow my
All right.
pride, say I'm sorry.
Come on, there on the corner.
Fingers, the blame is on me. I want a new life, and I
Ooh, the background. It's getting blurry. My Wi-Fi can't handle it. Sing. Sing. I want to knock down. Woo. Sing. He just went over that scale. You heard that? That boy can sing, okay? Frank, what song is this? Oh, this is Four Seasons of Loneliness.
I long for the warmth of days gone by.
Oh, beautiful.
When you were mine.
Oh, that's
But
beautiful.
now those days are memories in time.
Perfect.
Life's empty without you by my side.
Good.
My heart belongs to you.
He's throwing up and down the scales. This is the part, though. This part.
When I get the courage to love somebody.
Yo. I have to stop it. I have to pause it. Because he sounds so much like Sean right now. Because Sean sings that part. He sounds so much like Sean, the same tone. It's that didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense. The background sounds like Boyz II Men. Close your eyes. It sounds like Boyz II Men. It's a good song.
Trees are bare, it doesn't feel the same.
beautiful. Look, I'm gonna start off with a negative. And Daryl came not making these 9-minute videos because my phone could not handle it. Okay, I had to stop. I had to stop this video. My phone could not process this. But other than that, I'm thankful for a 9-minute video because there was so much content, and he really did a whole bunch of music. Um, I'm so happy that he did 4 seasons of Loneliness first because he sounded beautiful on it. That might have been my favorite one that he did. And as a Boyz II Men song, I think that song it was a hit single, and I think it went to #1 if I'm not mistaken in the U.S. But I feel like that song is not included in the Boyz II Men history of great songs, you know. Also, like it goes to Bended Knee, I'll Make Love to You, Water Runs Dry. It's kind of on the border, but it's still in there. It's Hard to Say Goodbye Yesterday and End of the Road. Those are it's like that's the Boyz II Men starter pack. You might throw in Motown Philly, but 4 seasons of loneliness isn't always congested. Isn't always included in that. So it was nice to hear it. He sounded so good on it. He sounded like Boyz II Men on it, and in a lot of parts. And that's a testament to how synonymous Boyz II Men's sound is to their music, but also how good of a singer Daryl is because he's able to sound like them and to sound like one of them and sound like all of them. You know what I mean? Like it was just great. That blew my mind. And the bass throughout into all the songs was crazy. Did you hear it? The bass that Michael was the bass in the group. And he did Michael as well. And Michael's voice, Michael was not a lead singer, he was the bass of the group. So you have to listen for it. And I was able to listen. He played all the parts. He played all the parts. Ridiculous. I went in the last, I did a Dimash video. I don't know if it's going to be uploaded before this or after. But Dimash sings in, if you're familiar with him, he sings in the bassist voice. And I mentioned how that's hard to do, especially if you're not a bass or you don't sing naturally as a bass. It's hard to maybe you can go down to the note, but it's hard to sing in the notes. You have to really have a control over that. You have to really have the control to sing in a bass. Oh, and he was singing in a bass tone. The layering of his voices. The notes that he was hitting by himself, you know, like the layering of his voices, then him the verses, the high notes, the runs, the melisma, the gospel inflections in his voice that was a little bit different than what Boyz II Men does. He was doing was really good. The liberties that he took that was different than Boyz II Men with the melodic choices that he was taking that was very different. It was all very good. And I'm trying to figure out who filmed this for Daryl Ong, because I can barely get my lighting to work right. It keeps on going in and out between the right lighting and this yellow tint. And he was able to multiply himself by 85,000 times. Like there was about 2 dozen different Daryl Ongs up in this video, right? And you already know that me and Daryl Ong, we had a little bit of a problem at the beginning because, you know, I couldn't recognize him. And Daryl been playing with me ever since then. He's like, "Oh, Brian, you can't recognize me? I'm going to always have the lights dark. I'm going to multiply myself." And I'm like, why are you playing with me? But I'm happy. He's great. He really is great. I really like that. I think, comment below, guys. What was your favorite one? My favorite was 4 Seasons of Loneliness, followed by On Bended Knee. But he killed On Bended Knee, too. Don't get me wrong. He killed all of them. But, man, I don't know if it's the nostalgia of 4 Seasons. This is what needs to happen, though. He needs to go ahead. He could redo this all. Get Cal, get Bugard. Y'all do this as Budokan too. Like, I like this just by himself. That was fine. But also do a Boyz II Men number, and not just because he can't multiply his voice at the Wish Bus. So at the Wish Bus, what they need to do is get them all together and not do it in the lobby or in the dressing room where they did in the other video at, which was cool. But I want my quality. You know, I want my quality so I can hear very good. You need to go down to the Wish Bus, do it together, and then bring Morissette, and they can do My Home Is in Your Heart from the How Stella Got Her Groove soundtrack. That's Shantae Moore featuring Boyz II Men. And Morissette can do Shantae Moore part, and then Daryl Ong and Cal and Bugard can do Boyz II Men's part. All right, that's what needs to happen. So somebody go ahead and message them on Instagram or something. Call their cousin if you know them, and tell them that Brian said they need to go down to the Wish Bus and do that for Christmas. For Christmas. Anyway, I could talk about this forever, guys. It was so good. Story that it took me so long to get to, but there was just technical difficulties all around. Holiday season has been crazy, but if you'd like to make it a little bit brighter, you're more than welcome to send holiday cards or whatever to me. The address for the PO box is listed in the description box below. I would love to get some things from you. Also, drop down in the comments. Let me know what we're watching next. What artists, with songs and music videos, live performances. Just drop that down in the comments. We'll get to it as soon as we can. Let me know where you're at, friend. What city, what state, what country, what continent. Drop down in the comments. Let me know, or send a card, and I'll know from there. Because you have a friend in New Orleans, Louisiana. And with no further ado, guys, I'm jumping to the next video. So you go there too, because that's where I'll be. I love you. Happy holidays. Peace. Jingle bells.